Hey people, Intro here, 1v1 Jungle Crossroads. Blue side, we have Kharan playing the humans. And for the green, it's some orcs. This is Khadit, who's going to pop out of the Godstone here. It is... Hey, it's an Occultist. Look, they fixed the spelling. Awesome. This guy's a melee powerhouse that sacrifices health to get things done. And over here, Kharan with a Wolf Guard Commander, a support melee hero with some auras and stuff, though typically not at the start. Typically they start with the... Yeah, we got Whirlwind AoE damage, and the Fatal Blow is single target and an interrupt. Meanwhile, Khadit with the standard opening of Demonic Pact, which is super strong. And we have Blood Sacrifice to make everything bleed, and then the Blood Confluence to heal off bleeding. These are pretty easy things to take down early on. So this is actually a 4-player map, which is why it looks quite large, and they have spawned like kind of close to each other, so this might be interesting. Orcs typically expand very quickly because they kind of need to, and it only takes wood and food to upgrade to their first level. Meanwhile, humans always start out with double wood, stonecutter and hunting cabin because they need a little bit of stone to get just the first level of their outpost buildings. The orcs, we're seeing 4 lumber, 3 hunting. Seen it a lot more these days than the 5 wood, 3 hunting that you saw, I feel like, on release a little bit more. The players start right next to a bunch of iron, and also right next to the rare resource as well. You see Khadit getting quite aggressive, trying to pin the human player in so they can't expand to the east easily. How quickly can they get that horde of goblins up? We see some undead drawn into base by the Warg Rider to take out. Might see the heroes go at it here. Yep. See, the Occultist doesn't even have focused because they use health for everything. Made her bleed. Doesn't heal off it though, because the heal takes the bleed away, I believe. Maybe it was on cooldown. Khadit did get this Godstone, and they are upgrading to the scouting post, which gives it an attack. And of course, since these are orcs, they can produce their units out of all of their frontier outposts, which is one of the reasons they can expand so quickly. They don't need to build separate unit production buildings. Humans need to build barracks, and they're like, I think they're 12 stone each. So it's quite an investment. You'll probably see them in this sector. You want them in a forward sector so you can get to the front lines quickly. Maybe up here to be a little bit safer. Group of zombies here. Oh, they're just called undead, are they? Very easy to take out. Especially for the Occultist. Takes them down so fast. Where's he off to? Out to capture some more flags, I suppose. I'm going to try and keep an eye on the bases a little bit better to see what the players are up to. It's tough though when the fighting starts, because viewers don't want me to miss the fights, but some viewers are also asking me to check in on the bases a little bit more. Only 4 minutes in. Expect the tier 2s to start rolling around about 8 minutes or so. You're going to visit the shop? You are. Let's see what you're buying. Is it going to be the armor already? It's rings, so they get in the resistance ring, and that was a health ring there too. Down here there's the little bit of resistances, and there's the plus 150 health. Have these new health bars now in this update. As you can see, they're kind of segmented. I think it's 200 health each segment.
Chieftain, the outpost has been built.
Got another standard up, and they're immediately upgrading it because it's so cheap. Gives them the health bonus.
What do you need?
If they're in friendly territory, even if there's no building there. I was surprised that we don't see the helmet upgrade a little bit more for the Occultist. It gives health regen, which seems useful when you're sacrificing health all the time. There's the Demonic Pact. Look at the damage per hit now on the Wolf Guard Commander, and she's fighting. She's not moving out of it. You could just move out of the Pact because he takes damage if he leaves it while it's active. But she took, that was like 3 hits. Look at that, almost half of her health gone. Do they have the Nullify? They must have Nullify by now. You have Shadow Strike on Kharan to teleport in, and there's the Nullifier. Pulls them towards you, messes them up with stasis. Pretty damn strong. Again, just tearing through the undead with the blood sacrifice. Look at the map, very green. It's the Orky way. But the human player can compete with this. They haven't built up this province yet, or sector rather. Oh, barracks are going here. 2 of them up is pretty standard. Probably both going to be drill halls. Although, if we see a horde of goblins, maybe the... Are they called mentalists, I think? Those AoE magic guys would be pretty good. I think they have quite short range though. Here's your Arbalists. Pretty solid unit. 80 damage per shot, but they get 1 shot every 4 seconds, you see there. The range is pretty good though, 26, so they can easily outrange the Orc Hunters that we might see in Tier 2. I'm not sure how well they'll trade against Pesterers though, 2v1. I'm not sure how quickly Pesterers fire. We have some Goblin Scoundrels here. These guys come out 2 at a time. Quite underwhelming stats as you can see, but you can buff them up with the War Drummers. Give them some health, healing rather, and an empowerment buff. Aura's starting to come in now for Kharan. That's the armoured aura, which is called Hymn of Tenacity. A little bit of resistance. Doesn't sound like a lot, 5% on each of the resistances, but you can affect up to 20, I think, when you level this up a bit. And 5% is a lot when you're getting attacked by dozens of units at a time. Typically, damage is stacked on 1 as a spike to try and take it down, so the 5% really helps avoid those deaths.
We're under attack.
Going after this Revenant Warrior group here. What's the main guy called? Oh, he's dead. Any of the other ones alive? Yeah, here he is. Oh, it's the Revenant Knight. That's the highest level creep on this map. Central areas kind of dead, eh? Oh, it's got this stuff. Some trolls hanging out, having a chat. Okay, let's look at the bases, eh? No billets in here for humans yet. Humans need to build billets to get their population up, whereas Orcs just upgrade their central buildings. They've got a stone cutter going. They do lean into stone a little bit more in Tier 2 to get their higher upgrades on this stuff. And also Pesterers, Goblin Pesterers use stone. I guess they use like flint arrowheads or something. Don't see any yet, but the stone cutter up means we could. We do have 2 tainted obelisks per player. Maybe we'll see them. The humans use, it's called Aria or something as their rare resource. Yeah, this stuff. To process it. Whereas Orcs can just collect their black ash straight up. Usually quite deep into Tier 3 though until you see that stuff. Because the Orc Tier 2 is quite strong. If you have the iron for it. They really need to go hard on their iron. Hunters and Brutes are great. But 4 iron each. I wonder how the Hunters will trade with those Arbalists, since the Arbalists will outrange them. And way cheaper. They only cost food and wood. Found a flag. Are they going to teleport in and defend it? Have a couple of stray Arbalists. Wolf Guard Commander is here with a big Arbalist army. In fact, let's see how much we've got here. 16 Arbalists up.
Building completed.
And for Khadits, we have 10 Scoundrels and that starter Warg Rider. Kharan must have lost their starting scout. As often happens, they are very rarely used. I think the Warg Riders can do some work for you though. Their upgrade is 15 iron. But makes him pretty good as a hit and run unit. But typically, Hunters is the way to go for your early iron, and then the Brutes start coming in. Godstone being used here. Or rather being opened. Oh, we got a War Drummer. Hey. Doesn't attack. They tend to get really close though to start banging their hammers, which is kind of annoying. As far as I can tell, they give a 5 health heal. They also give the empowered status here. We've got some Pesterers up, which is very useful for your Orcs, so they should be a prime target for the Arbalists. Very useful for your Goblins, sorry. The War Drummers themselves are Orcs. Yeah, they're targeting the scoundrels. That was a nullify. Oh, that's an Earth Shatter, I think, from Kharan. Must be level 5. They are level 5. There's the Earth Shatter. So typically you'll see auras go up, and then they'll Shadow Strike in and hit the Earth Shatter and hit the Whirlwind here. That big AoE. Try and get that damage in while everything is Earth Shattered. You saw the Occultist go down. And they chase through here. It's like, how big is it? Is it 16 meters, the aura? I forget. It is 24 meters. You see there 12 FP reserve. That means it removes 12 focus from her bar to maintain it. You see the little red on the right side of her focus bar there. And the Occultist has similar stuff, but he has to reserve his health to maintain his late game aura things. Don't think you see them used very often. His top level skills. Bottom level as they are arranged on the tree. Couple of War Drummers. They've only got 500 health, so you can burst them down pretty quickly. You know, 6 or 7 Arbalists and they're down. That is 6 or 7 shots that are not going into goblins though. But they have the Earth Shatter to mess up the scoundrels. Do we see a Bloodforge up? We do. Do we see the... Yes, we have the 3 at a time scoundrels coming out now. Going for a frontier outpost, or frontier post, as they call it. Arbalists moving out there, so they weren't getting targeted by the post itself. It is getting repairs, and you do repair pretty quickly. But of course they're spending their resources to repair here, so it still has value. Here comes the Occultist back, runs straight into an Earth Shatter. But look at all this stuff they could have hit with it if they were a little bit more patient. There's a Whirlwind. The Occultist going to go down again here? I think they might. Here comes some Keepers. He's being burst down by the Arbalist. Popped a potion, but it's not going to be enough. Occultist goes down. Good fight from Kharan. Keepers are pretty damn tough. 1750 hit points, 100 damage per hit. How often do they hit though? Kind of every 2 seconds-ish. Got these awesome maces. I believe they stun on hit, or they have a chance to stun on hit. Much like the Orc War Trolls, which were a late game unit for those guys. Big fight here. Can the Pesterers do this? They're getting really close, aren't they? Oh, they're only 17 meter range, that's why. They're kind of running into the Earth Shatters. But they are popping down those Keepers. This is without the Occultist in play. They're not going for the War Drummers effectively, I don't think. Kharan. I mean, much easier said than done when you've got so much stuff to try and target. We got some Hunters coming in now. These guys are really strong. 140 damage, and look, they hit pretty fast. Once every 2 seconds they're going to hit you. Only 15 meter range, but they do have 1,000 hit points. Pretty solid unit, I think, for the 4 iron and 6 or 5 food or whatever it is. Keeping it going. You need some AoE. Need some AoE against these goblins. Pester is doing some really good work here. There's a bunch of scoundrels coming in 3 at a time. Pester is coming in. You can't get a 3 at a time upgrade for those guys, I don't think. Although those guys seem to arrive 3 at a time. I thought it only affected scoundrels. Look at that. Is that 3 Keepers down here? That's a really good trade. You can just see from the bodies teleporting back. Is he going shop? Where are you, Cultist? Nope, you're going to fight. There's the Earth Shatter. It does have a big wind-up.
We need to improve our outposts.
Again, maybe a little bit impatient. Could have teleported in with a Shadow Strike and got a really good Earth Shatter. They have more auras now. We see. Having empowered auras, 5%. If they get all the auras, they can use the pretty awesome late game ability that I've forgotten the name of. There's the Hymn of Audacity there, the empowered one. I can highlight the heroes, right?
Building completed.
I can. I don't remember where I put it. There it is. I found the hotkey. It's down here. Beacon of Immortality. An amazing skill later on. You get shields and all your stuff. As well as Oh, you get siege damage. And if you have Hymn of Retaliation, you get pure damage. Huh. Also, she has this, which is awesome. Replenishing Strike. Heal on hit every 5 seconds to nearby allies. Pretty damn strong. When she's surrounded by keepers or maybe some champions. This guy's having a good time. She's buying stuff. What did you buy? Some armor. Bunch of potions. Sure, why not? Here comes Khadit though, sorry. I'm thinking they're called Khadin. Khadit is a streamer. I believe they streamed this game, so check out the description. I'll try and remember to put their channel in there. Give them a buzz. It's quite difficult positionally, isn't it? I feel like they're having to do more work here to be effective. They're having to manage the range of these auras. They're having to do that kind of thing, teleport in and do their Earth Shatter effectively. They have it up now. Beacon of Immortality, just see it, there's the shields going up. They don't last super long though. Can you level that? Kharan.
We finished researching a new technology.
They do have it. Look at the amount of abilities now. 3 of them are auras. What about Khadit? Still level 4, hey? Level 7 for Kharan. I guess they're killing a bunch of goblins when they get in there, eh?
We're under attack.
Yep, you're under attack. Everything's under attack right now. How many hunters we got? I see maybe 5 or 6. No brutes yet. Usually hunters come up first. They are tearing through the arbalist though, eh? And pesters are doing some really good work. They're gunning down the keepers quite well. No sign of those magic fellas. All the healers either. Gonna really zero in and focus on the arbalists buffed by the Empower maybe. But then you got to keep your Wolf God Commander back. She's usually only buffing like 3 or 4 keepers or something. Yeah, Earth Shatter's so good though. This is a sizable army here for Khadit. Kharan's really slowed down actually in terms of output. Look at this. 45 Pesterers, 24 Scoundrels, and 14 Hunters. I wish the Pesterers and the Scoundrels had a different portrait. And for Kharan, 26 Arbalists and 5 Keepers. Keepers are 4 iron. Can they get the outpost down? Because remember, it's given Kharan the health regen just by being in the sector. Okay, looks like Khadit did hit level 5. There's the Demonic Pact right in amongst those keepers. You got to move away from that. They got torn up. Wolf Guard Commander looked like half of her focus bar has been used for auras now. The Hymn of Retaliation, I think only she is affected by that. You can see those spikes coming off her. That means you hit her in melee, you get hurt. So I assume Khadit is avoiding that right now. Let's look at his bases quickly if we can. Got a refinery up for the economic upgrades. And it looks like they've all been purchased. All been purchased. And there's the forge for the military upgrades. There's a bunch of them. Zeal. I don't think I've ever seen the Zeal firing his blasts. No sign of any champions yet. No sign of infantrymen at all either. Straight into keepers. Here come those keepers. 5 of them up. I feel like they're just not trading well here with the Pesterers. Good Earth Shatter. Only lost 1 keeper that time. I assume they killed a bunch of goblins. There's a bunch of blood. I don't see many goblin bodies though. Health regen will kick in now. The flag is up. So where are the barracks now? Because this was the barrack sector, wasn't it? Or was it this one? Oh, we have barracks there, but they're not drill halls. So I'm not sure where the keepers are coming from, because you need drill halls for those guys, I'm pretty sure. Must be coming from somewhere else. So those auras, can they spike down the Occultist? We see our first brutes, the first couple of brutes. Can I select you please? There you go. 1,500 hit points. They do some siege damage, which is great. And they've got some decent resistances too. 95 damage per hit. Solid unit. As with all melee units though, you can spike them down with ranged barrages of fire. Down goes the Occultist. I think the Earth Shatter's got a pretty long cooldown. A minute maybe? We find out.
Our population is at maximum capacity.
It is 40 seconds. Oh. Humans maxed out their pop. What about Khadit? Yep, they're at 200. Wow. It's a lot of Pesterers and 12 Hunters too. 9 Brutes also. Or maybe Brutes were there earlier than I spotted them, eh? It's a lot of stuff. Going in quite hard on this now that the Occultist isn't here, I suppose. She must be low. She's backing off. Yeah, she's quite low. It's worth teleporting in and getting something, though. Again, maybe could have teleported a little bit further in and got more range stuff in that Earth Shatter. You should be able to get away, right, if everything's on the floor. There's that shield from the something something immortality. What is it called?
Being attacked.
Beacon, that's right. Some of them are called hymns. That one's a beacon. Keeping the pressure up. Look how big the Orc presence on the map is. Just hasn't been able to break out here. Kharan. That's still only a barracks. Oh, we do have drill cores back here though. Any action? Oh, workers are in the obelisk. Are they going for it? I don't see any area industry up, which is puzzling me. Why would you put those guys in the obelisk if they're not working on some... Oh! Yep, they're doing it. They are going for their Titan, which is a Paragon, I believe it's called for the humans. Has this big AoE shield thing. That's a lot of Arbalists now all of a sudden. Bloody hell. What do we got here? We have 44 Arbalists, 6 Keepers. Seems pretty solid. It's a lot of Hunters though. They're going to trade really well with the Arbalists if they can get close enough. They shoot faster and they do more damage and they have more health. The Arbalists, of course, much cheaper. Buildings will stay even if you don't have the central building. So it is worth taking them down because if the enemy can come in and steal it back, they instantly have those buildings up again. This could be quite a vital fight. They got a watchtower up here, Khadit. Doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but it's something. You need to put a worker in it though. There's the beacon. There's the Earth Shatter. That was a bad place to put the Earth Shatter. I feel like that was a misclick or a mishotkey. They meant to do the Shadow Strike, I think. That could have messed up this fight here. Keepers drop in. Keepers drop in. Yeah, the Earth Shatter misplay really messed them up there. Here comes some more scoundrels, of course. Always some more scoundrels. 6 food, 5 food, 2 wood, I think, for scoundrels. What's not to like? It has a rough fight for Kharan. But they are working on this. 77%. 77. I wonder if the Paragon is affected by your auras. There's some stuff that they can't be affected by, but I think that's... Oh, we got a War Troll. Chasing down that War Troll. Down to 27 hit points from 2,000. This guy's awesome, by the way. Siege damage and strike damage, 442. Good resistances. It is a massive target, though. And big targets in this game tend to drop pretty fast. I don't think ranged units in this game have accuracy. I think they always hit. It's just much easier to find and click the massive troll than anything else. We'll see how it does. They're 12 iron each, these trolls. Really pricey. What's he going for here? Barracks, I guess. Is it going to tell me if a Titan hits the field? I don't think it tells me. It tells you if you're playing. Don't think it tells you as an observer here. Field of Arbalists. Auras are up. What level is she? She's level 9. Look at that. She's done really well. Haven't noticed the nullify very often. I'm sure it's been on the screen. I usually just watch what the Wolf Guard commander does because he's got an interesting loop of skills, I think. Rotation, whatever you want to call it. Looks like she's just keeping the auras up all the time. Yeah, it seems so. I guess she has enough to Shadow Strike it and then do the Earth Shatter. Letting the Troll heal up. I think they should have pushed there, maybe. Where is the Occultist, by the way? Oh, here he is. What level are you? Why can't I see your level? Am I... No, I'm not on Kharan. I can see Kharan's health and her level. I can't see the Occultists.
We're being attacked.
Not even when I am on... Oh, there's the Paragon. Screw what I was talking about. Here's the Paragon. 20,000 health. All Titans have 20,000 health. Has 525 pure damage. And was being affected by the hymns there, the boons from the Wolf Guard commander. Also has... if I can... There it is. This thing. Tiara's Protection. Big AoE shield. For 40 seconds. Bloody hell. There it is. Doesn't affect the Paragon. Because that would be insane. Got a couple of trolls. That's a really good Earth Shatter there. I feel like you got to send the Paragon after the trolls, right? Because it attacks really slowly. You don't want to waste those swings on goblins. Maybe it can't move through. I don't think it gets right of way just because it's massive. Really cool unit though. Does it have a stun? It doesn't seem to have a stun either. As we see here, it's not affected by... Yeah, stasis and frozen. Shield is still up on those guys. Keeper's overextending a little bit maybe here. Down to almost half health, this Paragon. Here comes another War Troll. Good Earth Shatter again. She's trying to stay back and buff the Arbalists, I think, the Wolf Guard commander. She's now level 10. She hit level 10. And she has her... Is that her purple armor? I think it might be. Her rare armor. Can I see quickly here?
We're under attack.
Let's just see very quickly. Yes, it is. It's her purple armor. Which is a really cool looking helm as well, the Wolf Guard.
Our population is at maximum capacity.
It's a good push.
We need to expand.
It's a good push. It says population's max. Does that mean they're at 200? They are at 200. How much population did the Titans take? I don't actually know. Did they take population? They might not. It might be kind of pop free. Paragon's taking a lot of damage, but they got through. They pushed through. Need to get this flag up, surely, for the health regen. Looks like she's going back to it. No. What is she up to? Get that flag. Oh, she's not doing it. It's so quick to get the flags up. Another War Troll falls. Hunter's trying to shoot and move, shoot and move. Got that Keeper. Paragon down to 1769 hit points. It's not a lot for a Titan, eh? Are they just going to back off into their own sector here? Really surprised they didn't get the flag up. It's going to take ages to heal up though, isn't it? She's going to go to... Can I see her gold? Maybe if I was on Kharan. Always go the wrong way. She's teleporting. She's got over 10,000, so surely she's going to upgrade her stuff now. We'll have a look at what Khadit has in their inventory after this. Or are they going to grab a bunch of potions, of course. They got the green helmet. Oh, there's only a green one, I think. Yeah, she looks awesome now. Look at this. And she got her rare axe too. Or epic, sorry, is what they call it. What do they call greens then? Uncommon. Fair enough. Paragon is up over 2,000 hit points. It's still in friendly territory. What about Khadit? What do we have On this guy, still just the rings. It's got 11,000 gold, needs to spend it. So hard to find the time to do everything. Just managing your economy and managing your army is tough enough. All the different sectors, all the different chains for some of the rare resources and stuff. Just finding space in some of the sectors can be tough, although you seem to have a decent amount of room on this map. It's not always the case in SpellForce 3. Some of the maps can be very cramped. Maybe that's why some players play on these 2v2s. There's also a 3-player map that players often play 1v1s on. Don't know why I can't see any information for most of these units. Like this one hunter I can see health for. Oh, is that because it only shows the health if they've lost health? That must be it. Would like to see the hero's level though, even if they've got full health. Maybe I should just turn on permanent health bars. I'm pretty sure that's an option. Came in to teleport then and try to save the day. Paragon is at almost 3,000 hit points. Seems like the advantage here is for Kharan. Oh, spells coming in. Orcs can cast spells from these totem buildings that they build. You power them with Black Ash, and they took down the Paragon. Or I guess he ascended somewhere or something. Down goes the Occultist. Shield up from the Wolf Guard Commander. Yeah, we've lost our health bar now. That's what it is. Just not showing maximum health bars at the moment. I think I can change that though. Can they recover? I mean, we've got some goblins coming in. There's a brute. Some more stuff back here. It's just goblins though. All this stuff is quite low. They might need to back off. These trolls are big bastards. Got keepers in here too. The trolls going after the Wolf Guard Commander. Can they get him? One more burst from the Obelisks. There it is. Got him. He should be able to clean up these orcs, maybe? Hunters are so good. That's a good Earth Shatter and escapes with it. There's the stun from the War Trolls hit on that keeper there. Another Meteor Slam or whatever it's called coming in from the Orcs. I'll try and find that totem at some point. Where the hell is it? I'm going to miss fights looking for this thing on. I assume it's back. I'm not sure if... Do you have to work it? I can't remember. Usually you never see the totems. They're fighting. You can get different spell. You can upgrade it with different spells and stuff from the Shaman's Hut too. Like an oil slick thing and that kind of stuff. Trying to hang in here against so many trolls right now. Keeper's doing well against that little group of hunters. Big Earth Shatter there. I wonder how many army upgrades are live right now. I wish it showed the upgrades that the units had. So much space here. Like big dead space right here they could use. Keepers got stuck. They got worn down, didn't they? Worn down. Enough orcs came in. Some trolls as well. This could be nasty. Because trolls, as you might expect, bash through buildings pretty damn fast. This could be the last push. I don't know if they can defend. I don't know if they can recover fast enough. There's a few more Arbalethists coming in. There it is. Could not defend. And they got it with a War Troll push at the end alongside all these hunters. Hunters are so good. We saw a Titan. That was pretty cool. Very rare to see a Titan in a 1v1. Did that cost him? Should they have just gone for, you know, champions or stuff? Because it cost 75 of like 3 resources to get that Paragon up. A hell of a lot. Very strong start from the Orcs, as you'd expect. The human player really came back into it though. They had just enough of the map to compete. And it was a hell of a fun ride. Where's the Occultist though? Can I see him? Don't know why I can't see him. He's in there, isn't he? Yeah, there he is. What level did you get, buddy? He got... I can't see. I guess you can add all this up and see what level they were. I don't think they got level 10. I don't think. But there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.